What's up, Fortnite gamers? Do you struggle to survive off spawn in your Fortnite games? Well, if so, this video is for you. I've spent the past few days figuring out the fastest ways to get a full loadout across the Chapter 5 map, covering all the major POIs, all the tiny little sections of the map, and the mid-tier sections. For this first video of this series, I'm covering 3 of the mid-level POIs, Hazy Hillside, Classy Courts, and Ritzy Rivera. Please, if you enjoy this video, consider liking and subscribing to push this content out to more Fortnite gamers, as it can help them to win more fights off spawn, leading to winning more games as a result. That being said, let's get into the coverage of these POIs. So the first POI of this series that I'm going to cover is Classy Courts. This one is probably the easiest to remember because there's one optimal spot to actually land. Hopefully you can do better than me and actually get through the window immediately. And almost all of the loot is in one building, and then there's a little bit in a basketball court right next to it. So you can get pretty much 70% of the loot in this entire POI within about 30 seconds. So you aim for these windows here. I completely mess it up, but you can jump through them. You get one chest here immediately, and floor loot guaranteed. I've had it every single game. Slightly outside there, which I'll show in a second, is barrels. There's also barrels here. There's usually a chest on top of that little bookcase thing. You get 2 ammo boxes in this room, and then if you go up, you get another chest through this door. So immediately you should have 3 chests. I only got 2 this game, but it is what it is. There's also a chest, I believe I'm about to go to it. Yeah, right here. So there's a chest just in this little block here. Just grab that, and then I kind of speed this up by shockwaving at this player just to get him out the way. Can't do this in custom games because I don't have a creator code yet. That would really help out a ton. But you get more ammo boxes mostly through this section. This section is just floor loot and ammo boxes, nothing major to point out. And then this first room to my left will be a chest, but I believe I didn't get it in this game. Ignore that, we went this way. So we have slat barrels through here. They will get you a little bit of extra shield and also get you moving a bit faster to help you get all your loot as fast as possible. You can notice I've pretty much already got a full loadout, so I wouldn't have to loot all this up. I could already start fighting properly. But yeah, there's a chest through that building there. Then there's also a loot crate there for heals. And then there's another chest about where this umbrella usually is. Not this game though. Then that's pretty much that house done. I think I got lost for a second here, tried to find some extra loot. But there's nothing else in this house. You end up with 4 or 5 chests pretty comfortably each game. Then you get your bounty board and currently a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles little vending machine. Feel free to farm as much of this wood as possible. You should get full wood, full brick, and full metal pretty quickly at this POI. Hence why it's probably my favorite for ranked right now. So you end up, look at this, I've already got 400 metal approximately, almost 200 brick, and about 100 metal. Sorry, 400 wood, and a completely full loadout. I could fight the entire lobby on this loadout. But that being said, I still get 2 chests through here, and a loot crate right at the end. There's also 1 chest in this little building here. I don't think I got it this game, but it's just down the middle. You'll see where I farmed through. It's exactly where I'll fall down. If you like this video so far, feel free to like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton to keep pushing out these videos to you guys, and helps more people to actually see them. That's what matters more. I don't matter in this case. I'm just trying to make content for you guys. And that's pretty much the POI done. That's a full loadout. I can fight anyone I want, and can't complain with that. So next up, I'm going to cover Ritzy Rivera, another POI that doesn't have a medallion, but it will get you a ton of loot and get you set up to be able to fight for a medallion, which is what I'll usually do in ranked, because actually trying to get a medallion off spawn is a nightmare. So ideally, I mess this up, but you want to aim for where this ping is and then farm down. I'll show in a minute why you want to. There's those loot benches, but I get contested here, so I kind of just rush it. Get a kill here on this guy. You go for this chest immediately because that's free. Get that kill on that guy. And then I actually didn't know this was at this POI, so if you guys didn't know, because you should play this game more than I do. So I didn't know this, but apparently there's a boss here, so I get that and get a free vault, and then I go over to where I originally wanted to land. But there's tons of chests through here, so ideally you get the little loot crates with the boards, and then you just use that teleport, come over here, kill this boss, and get all the chests here as well. I believe this is where I pick up the boss. Yep. And I almost die here because apparently I don't know how to use an auto shotgun, which pretty much just requires looking at the player. But yeah, get this kill, and then there's tons of chests in this building. I couldn't really get a proper analysis of where they all are, so I may redo Ritzy later on and do a drop map for this exact building, but I'll put the drop map up now of what my original plan was, covering where the chests actually are on this POI, and now I'll just show you where I was actually trying to aim. So yeah, what I actually end up doing in this game is going towards the vault immediately after get my full loadout out of this, which is a bit of a score, but I was actually aiming for those bounty boards. Nevertheless, vault's right down the bottom of this building. Lots of loot here. It's worth going to after you get that board, or just fight whoever actually lands here. There's no real point in rushing it in ranked, but in pubs, obviously, definitely just use that teleport once you've got the bounty board loot, and get all the loot here, get the vault here, and you'll be sweet. So finally getting to where I was actually aiming for. If you just mine down through here, you'll get into this section through this door, which has all of these boards. They get you instantly good loot. It's going to be blue or purple, sometimes gold. You usually get a shotgun, a sniper, and an SMG. I got pretty unlucky this game, which was why it was lucky I actually took the teleport and went the wrong way. You could then just take that toilet to get out quickly without getting shot, then take the Ninja Turtles teleport, and then go get all the loot that I showed right at the start of the game over at the same house that the vault is. Alright, I think that's Ritzy Rivera covered. I know this one was a little bit scuffed. I don't land here often. I was just trying to cover an extra POI to make this video more meaningful. I will do a better analysis later on. Alright. I finally get to do the POI I love. This is my favourite POI on the map. Major reason is because it's essentially just Misty Meadows 2.0. It's the kind of POI I love to fight because it's a split situation. Most of the loot, though, is on this close side. So exactly where I'm going to land is the best house to get fast loot. And then across, which I'll show you in a little bit, is where I'll land in ranked if someone has a better drop for this house. So where I'm going to go immediately is through this main door. You can go through the back way, but this way just gets you to the loot faster. Through this main door, straight down into this vault. This guy had the exact same idea. Get the loot immediately. I won this 50-50 because I got scroll wheel pick up. And look at that. Pretty much a full loadout immediately. I just need to find one shotgun and I'm good to go. And a little bit of heals as well. But, yep, quick dance on that kid. And I think I find a shotgun upstairs. But I'm going to pick up this kill real quick and then, because I got a bit distracted, and then I'm going to go for the other loot. So now I go upstairs. Upstairs, I think there's only ever 2 chests, so you can't get much. I don't think I got any chests this game, but I do find a shotgun pretty soon, I believe. And for reference, I did win this game, so it's definitely good for getting you off spawn and in a situation to actually win a match. Find another sniper, that was real cool. And then maybe I get a shotgun from a drone, but I'm going to leave it at that. Usually you get a pretty much full loadout, if not an entire loadout, within about 10-15 seconds at this POI, which is why, here's your shotgun, which is why it's so powerful. And the Hazy Hillside is the most likely POI on the map to get drones. So that's tons more loot for you that's actual good quality. You win your off spawn really easily. It's really easy to then W key the mythic POIs, get a medallion, get the good loot. And I've won so many games from this POI. This POI and classy courts. They're the best two on the map for actually getting loot fast and being in a position to actually WK the guys who have medallions or are still fighting for medallions. That being said, I'm going to cover where there's a little bit more loot on this POI as your backup option if this gets snagged immediately. Okay, so this is not common knowledge, but there's actually usually a chest, not this game, usually a chest, usually floor loot, and definitely barrels every single game in this little house here. So that's your last resort option, and then pretty much run away. There's tons of chests on this side, but mostly what I will usually aim for is this house just in front and to the left of you, which I'll show you where the loot is in a second, because there's a few chests here, there's tons of floor loot, there's a bit of floor loot on those crates outside the house, and you will get a full loadout probably 70-80% of the time. Usually you might be losing out on a shotgun or on an AR, but it's good enough to run with. I get a striker AR there, there's those two chests, and then there's one more major chest. You pretty much always get these, and then I think there's one more chest far to the left which wasn't in this game, so I didn't bother to show it. But I will show this on my loot path. My loot path covers this house and the house that I showed first, so I'll put that up in a second. But yeah, that's pretty much all the chests on this POI. That being said, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will make more on them. I'll show some small POIs, some medallion loadout routes, but for medallion ones, I'm going to try to get in some custom lobbies because that is hell in pubs or ranked. That being said, hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one, and peace.